This is a Tape Deck podcast.
The level of shade that's being thrown around. All right. Hello, and welcome back to We'll Run For. This is your host, Tom, and with me as always are Aaron.
Hello.
Michael.
Hello.
And Diana.
Hi. I am amped up tonight. Get ready.
You are. You are fired up.
We're about to have a 9 o'clock coffee.
Oh my god! Yes, it's 8:37, and we
stovetop espresso
We're
too.
about to have. Oh, really? I didn't realize.
I
Yeah.
That's
can't.
why it smelled strong.
We're getting fancy.
The amount of weird. First off, it'd be impossible to fall asleep, and then once I was asleep, the dreams would be so vivid and obscene and just weird. I don't even know how you'd be able to sleep. Oh
Maybe
yeah,
that's why I have such
I
weird
have
dreams.
really weird dreams when I drink too much coffee. Also, I started taking too much melatonin before bed and started getting really weird dreams, so I had to cut it back. I had to cut back the melatonin
I've
because I was
always
getting
had-
weird dreams.
I've always had really vivid
Mhm.
dreams. I've always since the day I was young.
Yep.
Do you know what we learned this
What
weekend?
did we learn this weekend?
That if you take gummies before you go to sleep,
my
you get
God.
a rate.
What kind of gummies?
What
My
kind-
melatonin gummies don't give me a.
What kind of gummies? And if you could just text me
Oh my
on the
god!
text me on the side.
We were at this meetup this weekend, and there was a girl who was giving out some gummies that had some different varieties of THC and CBD and different amounts of different things that do different things for different reasons. And one of the guys the next day told us how good gummies and Viagra go together. Apparently,
Oh
We're
my
like,
god!
cool.
Wait,
Great
hold on.
information.
Hold on. Are we leaving this in the episode?
Yes.
Who knows?
Sure.
Because
Of
this
course.
just this took an immediate turn. This is one of those.
Immediate left in.
Okay. Wow.
You can get us back on track if you'd like.
Have fun with that.
I don't know where to go from there. I guess the only place to go is up. All right. I know it's hard, but focus.
Okay.
Oh my god!
So not to jump right in, but what are we running for this week? I'll go first. So if you tune in at the beginning, you kind of heard the tail end of some shade that was being thrown around. It's summertime. I have officially transitioned into cargo shorts every day. Erin just spit out her coffee.
Why? Why with the cargo?
Because you're going to want all those pockets. You're going to want all of that.
I do like the pockets because women's pants do not have pockets, and more venues are not allowing bags. What am I supposed to do with anything? My wallet? I've got a clear fanny pack that I have to bring
Please don't
everywhere.
wear
I
the
mean-
fanny pack.
Pockets are good, but do you need that many pockets?
It depends. How much cargo do you have?
I just
You haven't lived until you've been to a Dave Matthews concert in the
Are
summertime
cargo,
in cargo shorts.
Out of style
Well,
or in style? Were they ever in? I don't
Okay.
even know what the
They
status
were
of cargo
very-
shorts are.
I feel like they were very in late 90s, early 2000s.
Yes.
Because when I worked at
100%.
American
Yeah.
Eagle, that's
Yeah.
one of the big things we sold. But I think in recent years, they've gone drastically out of style. I have bought Tom several pairs of what I called normal shorts, which Michael thought was hilarious, but regular shorts with no cargo pockets. He refuses to wear them and has consistently worn cargo shorts. And now I'm going to assume they're back in style because everything that
Probably.
is bad
Was the 90s, yeah.
is
Yeah.
back in. So, like, they're
Yeah.
bringing back low-rise jeans. I can't have that. They're bringing back middle parts. I can't have any of that. It's just awful.
Aaron, answer me this question. What percentage of Michael's shorts stop mid-thigh? And is it less than 100%?
Mid-thigh? Probably all of them.
I also
I don't
think
know about mid-thigh. They're like a they're like
Yeah, between
I
here
guess
and
yeah.
here.
I mean, they're a
No,
little
I
bit
have-
longer than mid-thigh, but
I
they're
have
not much
several
longer.
print screens that would support.
here's the thing. You could also deal with a slightly shorter short because they go down a little too far, like past like where I think they should go on your knee. And then you don't buy them the right size. All of your cargo shorts are at
Oh my
least
God.
2 sizes too
Poor
big.
Tom.
So, no, because we'll literally be out somewhere, and if he forgets to wear a belt, they'll fall off him like a clown.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh God!
it's
This
not
is
even like, oh, my
How-
pants keep falling
how
down.
else-
It's they'll physically fall off of his
How
body.
else
They're
am
too
I
big.
going to
Oh
keep
my
my street
God.
credibility with the youths?
With the youth.
Anyways,
The Utes.
what are you guys
Oh
running
my
for?
God.
Because I'm running for a fashion trend that will never die.
Oh, well, I'll go with another fashion trend. I just got in the mail, I'm so excited about them, the new Gooder Prides for this year. They are called Pride, Not Prejudice. They are beautiful. They are kind of iridescent. They're sparkly. They're rainbow. They look kind of like Lisa Frank is how I was describing them today. So they are bold and beautiful, and I will be wearing them all summer. They are
I feel like they're
amazing. Go
slightly
order
more
them.
Muted than
Yes.
the Lisa Frank stuff. Like they're just like the perfect amount of like extra because they're not like so bold that like when you look at them on your face you're like, oh my God, those things are so out of control bright. I think that they're the perfect statement for me.
They
love
are
them.
so great. Oh my gosh, they're so
They're not my
cute.
something good because Diana used it as their something good. But I'm jumping on the bandwagon and I wore them all weekend and I'm super excited about them too.
There
We
you go.
were going to skip something good, and I said, nay, friends. I need to talk about these good ears.
And usually Gooder, when they do like the Pride ones, a percentage of those glasses go towards some charity for that month. Do you know whether they are?
No, I can't. I've done no research.
I've
As
done no
per
research.
usual.
I haven't either. I just know that a lot of times when they do like the ocean ones or the like sea turtle ones and they do like the Pride ones, there's usually like a connection to something.
Yeah. I didn't get the Pride ones last year, but these are really cute, and I ordered them almost immediately.
Cool. What are you running for, Michael?
I got to change mine. Originally it was for Heat, but I just remembered I'm running for Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, my God.
Oh God, help
Michael.
us.
You shall not pass.
What the like his?
You're
like,
a wizard, Harry.
That doesn't even sound like. Are we Dumbledore? Are we?
Same
For
thing.
all of them.
Hello, Bilbo.
Oh God.
Hello, Pippin.
Oh
How
my!
you doing, Pippin? Is that bread?
Is that
My
bread?
God.
And you think cargo
my
shorts are
God.
dumb? So the next,
So we
Yeah. Go ahead.
we joined the what's that challenge? Lord of the Rings
Lord of the
challenge.
Rings, yeah.
Where you get medals after you do lots of miles. It's a virtual challenge, and there are Lord of the Rings themed
Yeah.
medals, and you go through the Shire and to Rivendell, et cetera, et cetera,
A
et
friend
cetera.
sent it to me, and then Diana sent it to us, and we had talked about doing it for the last couple months, and none of us ever signed up.
Yeah.
So I decided today that I was signing Michael and I up,
Yep.
and we joined the Fellowship
Of the Slubs.
of the Slubs.
Our
love
friend
it.
Danny is doing it over on 70mm. He's a big Lord of the Rings guy. He's doing it too.
Rebecca of Will Run for Listeners is
Awesome.
doing it. I just told her to join the Schlub Club. Diana's going to eventually sign up in June.
Yep, I'm going to
For
sign
it.
up.
So we got a Schlub Club going, guys, if you want to
Who's going to say,
join.
We'd like sit raw and wriggling.
What is
What?
happening?
Yeah. That is the worst Gollum I've ever heard, and I love it.
I don't even know what
embarrassing.
Absolutely was. This
That
is
may
embarrassing.
appear on
knew-
a goal getter's page.
I'm so embarrassed.
I knew exactly where it was from.
Oh my god! I mean, I knew where it was from. It just doesn't sound anything close. So it's just terribleness.
My tradition is every year, literally since the movies have come out in like 2002, I watch them every year in between Christmas and New Year's. And now for the
Yeah.
last like 3 years, I just take photos of my television and just send screenshots to Michael and Aaron the entire time we're watching it.
Well, we do the same thing.
Do the
'cause
same thing.
We have the same. So we're usually watching them right around the same time. So
I don't know why
I
they
could
feel
watch
like a
them
holiday
anytime,
movie. I could watch
honestly.
it
They
anytime.
do,
I don't know.
though.
But
They really
so
do.
our new thing is Harry Potter right after Thanksgiving, and then we do
Into Lord of the Rings.
and Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
during Christmas.
Yep.
So it's like,
That's why my accents are all mixed up.
oh my god, it's so terrible. Anyway, mine was going to be all sweet and inspiring, and I don't even know how to follow that up.
You're not
You
inspired by my.
I'm not
Voice
inspired
work.
by your voices, but I am running for the people that inspire me. I don't really know how to put that. So my friends Nikki and Melissa, who both listen to this podcast, have been getting up and they just started like their base training for Dopey, and they're getting ready. And every morning they wake up and they're like 5:00, 4:30 in the morning, 5:00 in the morning, and they're out there running like 2 days a week, 3 days a week, and
Yes,
posting their
queens.
stuff on Instagram. And I'm all like, man, these girls are inspiring. I'm going to do this. So my goal, this isn't goal getters, but my goal for the summer and what I'm going to run for is to follow the inspiration of the people that inspire me. And I'm going to, as soon as my treadmill gets in, because guys, I'm also running because I got a treadmill,
I saw.
is to run at least 2 mornings every week.
Do it.
Get up early and run for that. And since
Yeah.
I don't know when this episode's dropping, that's what I'm running for probably right now.
That's
There you go.
That's a great
You're
goal.
probably on the treadmill right
I'm probably on the treadmill right now as
Yeah.
you're listening to me.
I love that. And I think, coming off of springtime, I felt like super motivated, and then I like fell off the wagon. So hopefully by the time this episode comes out, I've gotten my inspiration back, because it's been really hard for me to feel motivated to run. So got to get into it. I think it's because Dopey is so daunting. And I feel like as soon as I start running consistently, that means I'm in training for Dopey. And I think I'm mentally just trying to delay it as long as possible.
now. Yeah.
Well,
understandable.
Just follow Nikki Fitwell and Snarky Snacker,
I need
and
to.
you'll start feeling some inspiration.
I know. I need to like start getting on like Maria's bandwagon as well. She always inspires me every time I see her post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it, girls.
Well,
Yep.
well, speaking of inspiration, we had asked our fabulous listeners to weigh in on what their favorite destination races, what their bucket list races are.
I love it.
What-
Summer vacation. Let's talk
Yeah.
destination.
Yeah, their favorite running locations. So we got a ton of feedback, and we're going to go through that, and then we're going to share a little bit of ours.
Love it.
And I'm assuming we're going to do our little alphabetical thing.
Yeah.
It seems like that makes the most sense,
Makes
because that
sense.
way we kind of know where we are in our tracking.
Yeah,
Sure,
absolutely.
it'll go well.
Yeah, it
Nothing
works.
will go wrong.
We
Absolutely.
pay very close attention and do not aimlessly look at other things while we're recording, so
Absolutely
we get
not.
completely distracted. All right. So this is not going to be a surprise to anyone who knows the fabulous Jen Hall, who
This is true.
I love her. And she says, of course, there is nothing like SoCal trail running. Most memorable running is the Hollywood Hills to the Wisdom Tree, and then over to the Hollywood sign where you can see LA from above the sign.
Wow.
I have to do
Yeah.
that.
Awesome.
That's on my
yeah, I
list.
gotta do that.
I've
Yeah.
actually
sounds
never done LA. Like, so
pretty
we need a trip. Tom and I have been planning for a while, and it just hasn't happened yet. We want to do 2 weeks and do California and drive either north or south. And
Yeah.
just drive the California coast, and that's supposed to be. But it's hard because we keep getting like races on our schedule and then other trips. So
Huh.
And then
We're
at
looking
That's
two,
for
such an interesting trip. Like maybe I've planned that trip multiple times in my life to go to Big
Aw.
Sur.
I've driven
and go
the
up and down the Pacific Coast Highway.
I've driven Pacific
And,
Coast Highway. It's awesome.
Michael likes to brag
Yeah.
all the time and talk about how he has seen the Pacific Coast Highway and
lot.
blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
oh, the
That's what
PCH.
happens when you're old.
Meanwhile,
Pismo Beach.
I keep planning this trip and it keeps getting canceled.
Redondo Beach.
I don't know. I've been to Pismo Beach and had clam chowder.
I spent almost
I
no
think it
time in
was-
California.
I think it was Mission Beach.
Ah,
That is supposed to be the most athletic place in California or in America.
Is that where we'll fit in?
And for some reason, they let me walk down the boardwalk. So
nice.
it is beautiful. Aaron,
I
Aaron,
recommend
if you've
Death
never been,
Valley.
you should go.
One day I will make it there. But yes, our my idea for this last trip was going to be Big Sur to the Pacific Coast down the Pacific Coast Highway to LA to possibly go to Disneyland in Anaheim, but nothing ever came of it. It's fine. Maybe one day I'll make it to California. But as far as Jen is concerned, SoCal, I know she also always did, was it the OC half marathon
I think so.
that she's done multiple times?
Mhm.
She can correct me if I'm wrong. That always looks really beautiful. I know Amy Chase really loves California. I don't
Yeah.
know. One day we'll make it there.
Yeah, the only time I've ever run in California were the Disneyland races. And
Yeah.
everyone knows how I feel about those. I love them. I
Yep.
think they're better than
Yeah.
World.
I've
They're
run
amazing.
Big Sur twice. It's my fave.
Well, next year I'm doing Big Sur. It's happening. And I think that I've convinced the Taylors and the Chases to come do Big Sur. So we could make it like a little group thing if anybody wants to come join us.
They've got a shorter one, right?
And yeah,
Yes,
they've got a few
multiple different
multiple
shorter ones.
different ones.
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
have like
we'll
a
be coming-
21 miler,
we'll be
like
coming
an
off
11
Adobe.
miler. Yeah, they have. I think it's like an 11 miler, a 7 miler. They're weird distances, so whatever one you do, you'll get an automatic PR most likely. Run Eat Drink podcast says that they could talk about Alaska all day,
I do love their Alaska
and
episodes.
I kind
by
of
the
wish
way.
that they had elaborated a little bit more there.
They do a Anchorage race.
Yes, and they did an episode on their podcast. So if you'd like to find out about all
Definitely check it out.
the good food and drink and running about Alaska and Anchorage,
I
they
think
did an
I
episode
missed
on
that. I've never gone to Alaska. I really want to go.
Yeah, it's always been on my bucket list.
I went to Alaska once.
Michael's been everywhere.
I was
Ooh.
18 or 19.
Every time I'm like, I want to go here, he's like, I've been there.
I was out on
Cool.
a small fishing vessel with whales jumping off in the distance.
Like Mark Wahlberg.
Wait,
I have
so
a very grainy video of it.
so whenever you say, Aaron, that you want to do something, Michael chimes in
I've already done it.
on how it relates to him.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gotta feel weird.
This is the reverse episode.
All I'm saying. All I'm saying. All
We are
right.
in Multiverse of Madness. So Dawn Be Joyful, she loved the race she did in Washington, D.C. and would love to run in Alaska.
Oh, another Alaska. DC is great to run in. We've done it several times because it's local for us.
Yeah.
So
And you
good
love
running
Marine
city.
Corps.
Well, I like Marine Corps, which obviously goes through Washington, and Cherry Blossom.
The cherry
That's
blossom
the
is
other one
great.
that I did there. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the cherry blossom. I actually love the course for cherry blossom. The problem is the weather is so hit or miss because of the time of year it is. So it could be beautiful or it could be frigid. Like the coldest race I've ever done in my life was that race. So
Well, that year that there's a picture of you, me, and Brittany from Renohana. I have gloves and a
Mhm.
giant fleece on.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how we know how cold it is because I had fleece on my body.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's hit or miss. I never did rock and roll DC though. I'd like to do that. I know Jennifer Hall's done that a couple of times. I've actually never done a
Rock and roll.
rock and roll. We want to
Oh,
do
really?
Yeah, we want to do rock and roll in New Orleans at some point.
Yeah,
so
I did that.
start getting that on calendar.
I feel
for
like that's on
people.
this list someplace down the. A few people mentioned that one. I did Savannah,
Hmm.
which was also a really great rock and roll one. and I did Austin.
Oh, nice.
Our friend Crazy Runner Michelle says that Two Oceans is the top of her dream race list at the moment.
She just did it, right?
No, Two Oceans. She did
Oh, no.
Boston to Big Sur.
Big Sur.
Yeah, she did Boston to Big
Yeah,
Sur.
she did
yeah.
Boston to Big
That's right.
Sur. Two Oceans is in like South Africa, I
Yes.
think.
Oh.
I
And
believe so.
we just saw her. We actually hung out with her recently, right after she had done Boston Big Sur, and she was just talking about this race because you have to be able to run a sub 5.
Yeah, something
I think
like
it's
that,
a sub
yeah.
5 you have to be able to run in order to do this one. So she was trying to see whether or not
It's actually a 35-mile race.
And where is it? South Africa?
Yes. I assume you run from the Indian Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean.
Look.
That would be my assumption.
Guys, we did no research before actually starting to record this episode.
Well, they're
Well,
not,
I know what two oceans are
they're
there.
not
so there's
surprised
that.
by that. They should also not be surprised that I don't know basic geography. Like,
But it says Two Oceans Marathon, so I would have not realized
Well,
that it was 30.
they call
5.
Comrades a marathon too, and that's what, like 50 miles or something like that.
I don't know. It's always on Easter weekend, though,
Mm-hmm.
apparently.
look, if you run for more than 12 hours, it's a marathon.
Anywho,
Our friend Tanya, bucket list all the world majors and so many of the national park events.
Those seem awesome.
I know. The national parks ones look really great. I want to try some of those. Also, really want to do the 7-mile bridge run in Key West one day. There wasn't an event, but I loved running around Alki when I stayed with my parents while they were living in Seattle. It's beautiful, and even in June, it was nice and cool.
That is nice.
sounds
Seattle
very nice.
doesn't get really hot that much, does it?
Sometimes it does.
Well, I remember like last year they had
Yeah.
to buy air conditioners. 'Cause
Yes.
they don't actually have air conditioners.
A friend of
there
ours put
when they had,
air
like,
conditioning
the
in his
heat-
house because of last year.
Yeah, because
Oh, wow.
of the heat wave that
Yeah.
went through
Oh,
Seattle.
that's nice.
Yes.
And
But
then the bridge run.
I'm looking at pictures of Alki Island. By the way,
Oh, is it beautiful?
looks really pretty.
I want to do that.
I'm not
And-
sure if I'm pronouncing that right though.
Oh, I just assume because I pronounce it first, it's incorrect.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then the 7-mile bridge run in Key West, I'd like to do that as well. Didn't
That would be
Matt
awesome.
Algier did that? Isn't he like-
Probably. He does love Key West.
I was like, isn't he like the
I don't
Key
think
West
he
king?
did.
He's like the king
he
of Key
did
West.
no, he did the half marathon.
Half
down there.
marathon.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha.
But all the world majors too. I mean, I feel like that's big on a lot of people's lists.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to go to Tokyo and I'd like to go to Berlin and London, but I don't know that I ever need to do their races just
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
they're really hard to get in. It's like 2% of people get into Tokyo, and you have to like fundraise in order if you want to do it.
Oh my God. I know nothing
It's like some
about them.
ridiculous statistic. Miles and Crowns. Our friend Amy says London is on my bucket list, and she's doing it in October.
Nice.
Oh,
Look at
yay.
that.
I just said how London's not on my bucket list. Yes, she's running the London Marathon. I think she was one of the people who had deferred a couple times too.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Gotcha.
So, because of the restrictions.
Jennifer Taylor, who was I believe, a witness to the hot tub coffee incident, right?
That's true.
Favorite running location, not a race, is running near Tokyo Disneyland on the seawall with Disney Sea on one
Ooh.
side and downtown Tokyo in the distance across the bay.
Okay, that sounds pretty
That's
cool.
the
That
dream.
does sound
Wow.
That's
pretty
the
awesome.
dream. We want to
And
do.
I just said I want to go to Tokyo.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Yeah, we
that's what
wanna
I
do
need
that.
to do.
The path behind Disney's Aulani in Hawaii is a close second.
We
Did you guys do that?
no, we didn't run when we were in Hawaii. Are you out of your
We
mind?
we all packed running gear.
We did pack a lot of running stuff. What we did not do was run. I ran down to get a chair at the pool every morning,
Yep.
and then immediately started drinking.
Yep.
Her favorite destination race, Rock and Roll Las Vegas, which is the one down the strip at night. Crowds were energetic. Okay, they were all probably drunk and wondering where everybody was running from, but they were excited to see all the runners pass by.
Yeah, that's actually a really good race. We know our friends Chris and Lisa did that one year. They did it the year we got married, and we were out of money, so we physically could not go because we ran out of money. But that's on our list. They also said it was one of the best races they've ever done. And then it was really interesting when the Disneyland races were going on. That was always Avengers weekend. So people would run Avengers in the morning and then get in the car or hop on the
and
puddle
drive
jumper
up.
and drive and do that
Nice.
race because it's at night
Yeah.
and do
Yeah.
the 2 half marathons in the same day.
I actually think
I remember
know a couple people who did that.
yeah, they'd give a shout out to people in the corral and make a big deal out of it, that people that were doing it. It was very cool.
I think I know some people that did that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jen also said it's the only race that no one offered her an adult beverage on course. And also, her and Bill renewed their wedding vows for their 20th anniversary mid-race.
We were talking about this
The cutest.
semi-recently.
They are the cutest.
I said this,
on the planet.
Somebody else mentioned it, and I was like, I think that our friends renewed their wedding vows because there's an Elvis.
An vows.
She
Yeah.
also at the end made a comment that I can vomit now because I always say that how disgustingly cute they are. They're like,
It's true.
they're at the end. Bill has me on camera at the end of one of the Disney races when they kissed as they crossed the finish line, saying, "I think I'm gonna vomit now."
No, they're so cute.
Our friend Matt Algier. We all know. We all know
Can
Love
can
it.
can we all learn how to say Matt's last name?
Matt
Sure.
Algiers.
Matt
All.
It's ALL all
Yeah,
Geyer.
All right.
because he's
Look.
all guy. I'll tell you that.
It's not Al. It's all
Matt,
ALL.
you are all guy.
All
All right.
Geyer.
Don't shame our Maryland accent.
Yeah. Your mid Pennsylvania.
No, because he
Baltimore.
he every single time people say his name, he's like, that literally no one knows how to say my name correctly. I'm like, I think I say your name right, and so he tested me, and I was right. It is all Geyer.
All Geyer.
All
He's
Geyer.
all guy.
All Geyer.
I can't.
All right.
I can't remember everyone's
Matt
name.
says, we all know my love of Space Coast, but I'll also put out a good word for New York Roadrunners Midnight Run, which starts at midnight on December 31st, and you can run into Central Park under the New York City New Year's Eve fireworks. It's only a 4-miler, but a lot of fun.
That I've never even heard of that.
That sounds
sounds
kinda
pretty
That
cool.
sounds fun.
pretty awesome, actually.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they. I wonder if they still do it.
Maybe not.
Well, I'll be honest. We're usually half in the bag on New Year's Eve, so it is what it is.
Yeah, Tom loves New Year's Eve.
I do.
And I've actually just thrived in pandemic because we haven't had to do anything on New Year's Eve for the last 2 years, and so I'm very nervous about this year
Get ready.
and what he's going to want to do because he hasn't been out in 2 years.
Tell you what we're not going to do is run. He also goes on to say the Spartan Sprint in Pennsylvania was a lot of fun. Very challenging but fun. And then just a simple comma, Key West.
Oh, see, look, King of Key West.
Just Key West.
Matt all guy
Oh.
Thanks, Matt.
Oh gosh, that one's for you, Matt.
Oh my God, he's gonna kill us. All right, Greg Ryan, Bryce Canyon, Vacation Races puts on a great event, varying distance in the ultra world. Get out there and explore. Have you guys done that?
Yeah.
Where is
No,
that?
I've been to
No.
Bryce. Bryce is beautiful, though.
Of course, he's been there.
I've
All
been
right.
to Bryce. I'm
All
sorry.
right, where is it?
It's north of Zion in Utah.
If
Southern
my hand
Utah.
was America, no.
If your hand was America.
Vacation Races gets a couple big shout outs. They do have varying ultra distances, but they also have half marathons and shorter distances
Yes.
too.
Yep.
So if you're not interested in ultra marathons, Vacation Races puts on great events of
Yep.
all distances.
Yeah, we've only heard good things from people,
Yeah,
honestly. Yeah.
Donna from Renohana, she's done a few of them.
It's Runo Donna.
Oh, Reno Donna from
Reno
Renohana. Has done a few of them. I know Brittany with her has done a few of them. So I think that they're doing a few people, the Taylors.
Oh, the Smoky Mountains, right?
They're all doing Smoky Mountains in September. So, I hear they're great things about all of them. Emily says, I liked San Francisco Half Marathon. running by the Golden Gate Bridge was really cool. And we went to Walt Disney Family Museum after the race.
I want to go. I don't know if
That
running
seems
San
awesome.
Francisco sounds good to me because of the hills. So that sounds awful, but I do want to go to the Walt Disney Family Museum and then go to San Francisco and maybe do the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know. It seems
I know we
great.
looked at a couple races out in
Yeah.
San Francisco,
There's a bunch.
but we've never.
It's always
well,
nice
I've never run
weather.
in California. I've never been to California, so maybe one day.
We'll get
I
there.
mean,
One day.
in the Princess Diaries, when she's trying to get that car up the hill in the rain, it just seems like I would not want to be running there.
Oh man. Is this Lisa Nitzen Trains?
Yes.
Okay, so Lisa, 2 races I love besides Disney are Space Coast for its neighborhood support, the scenery, and the medals, and Swamp Rabbit Trail in Greenville, South Carolina, because Greenville is a great place to visit, and the course is a net downhill.
Yes.
Bucket list races are Asheville, a Ragnar race, Shamrock, and Grand Canyon, Bryce, and Zion combo. That
Nice.
sounds amazing.
That sounds really cool.
I highly recommend doing the Grand Canyon in the middle of summer.
I was
not-
waiting for that.
Not planning, and just do it.
Oh God. The net downhill sounds particularly good after we just talked about San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what else is the speaking of net downhill, the Revel races. I know Michelle
Yeah,
Kay,
yeah.
Crazy Runner Michelle could attest to these.
Does she
She's
do
done
Mount
A
Charleston?
few
I
of
think?
them. I think she's done like 3 or 4
Yeah.
of them now, and they're just all net downhills, and they all are Boston qualifiers. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for a really fast downhill race,
Where you want to blow out your quads.
the
yeah.
Revel races are great destination races from what we hear.
Also, Zion is amazing. One of my favorite places in the world.
Because again, he's been everywhere.
That's like 2 hours from Las Vegas. I've actually been there a lot. I used to go to Vegas.
Moving
I was a
on.
whale.
Moving
I
on.
was a whale.
He used to
Stop
go.
it. Stop it.
Swingers.
Stop it. Our friend Jennifer Fink, simple. She says Greece.
That would be amazing.
That sounds amazing.
Does she run the actual marathon to marathon?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Jen, if there's a race in Greece that you're looking at, let us know. Greece sounds amazing. Michael's probably been there.
I've not been to Greece.
So do you think that the original marathon, like the guy who ran the marathon and then died and like whatever started the whole thing, is there a race that like
I'm sure there
does
is.
that?
Yeah,
that
it
course?
runs from Athens to Marathon, doesn't it?
I thought so.
Don't they still do it?
That's what
I
I
think
didn't.
that's
I
the
didn't realize that
yeah.
they still did that. So now I've added something to my list. I'd love to do the original marathon and hopefully not die at the end of it.
Was
Like
that
that guy.
Philippidis?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think that's the correct
I
pronunciation.
feel like you said it. I thought you were going to mispronounce it, but you said it right.
Also, when I said, is she going to run the marathon in Greece? As soon as that got out of my mouth, I had a panic attack, and I was like, "Wait, did that actually happen in Italy?" And then I'm glad it
Oh,
didn't.
It
like
is
as
very
soon as
close.
you
Yeah.
know when you like something
Yeah.
like leaves your mouth, and you immediately are like, "Was that right?"
Greek, Roman,
I mean,
it's very
it's all the
close.
same.
It's like
all the same.
It's like somewhat uphill at the for the first little bit, but then the rest of it's like pretty much a net downhill.
Oh, yeah.
No,
That
I
elevation
love
profile.
Greece is just on my list for travel in general.
Well, I just want to go to, where they take all those pictures and it's like all the white, like
White
houses that are like
buildings,
on
yeah.
the side of the building, and then you just see all the water. Like,
Did you ever see the behind the scenes of that, though, and how packed it is?
Yeah,
Have you
I'm
ever
sure,
seen
but I'm just saying
the
that's
Sisterhood
like
of
the
the
only thing I
Traveling
know.
Plants?
Yes, thank
And
you.
then Blake
Yes, thank
Lively
you.
meets
Yes.
a handsome Greek man. I don't know, with
Was
some
that
stereotype
Blake-
of a name.
No, that wasn't Blake Lively. That was Alexis Bledel.
Oh, whatever. Oh, Blake Lively goes to soccer camp.
Yeah.
There we are.
Can we
Yeah.
please stay
Rory
on topic?
Gilmore.
It is Rory Gilmore. It's like she dates like a Stavros or like a whatever, like a stereotype,
don't-
like a
hey,
Dimitri. Like it's one of those.
All
She
right.
goes there and she has a stereotype.
Okay. All right. So I said Greece.
And
Diana's
then I go. Oh, Angie says the Mount Saint Michel Marathon in France. I don't know if she's actually done that or if that's on her bucket list.
That's the one that you have to do at a certain time because of the tides, I believe, right?
Oh, interesting. Oh, was it on the beach?
If I'm thinking of the right thing.
Did you say Mount?
Am I thinking of the right thing?
Mont.
Is it
Mont?
Mont Saint Michel.
Saint Michel.
It's Mont Saint Michel.
Marathon in France?
All right.
God help us.
We're going to get canceled.
All right. Settle down.
Yeah, it is the one that you have to get. Yeah, see, it's the high tide. You can't get
Oh
there.
my
there
God!
is no
What is
you
that
there.
thing? What is that thing?
All right.
That looks beautiful.
No one can see what you're looking at.
It was
Can
Mont
we-
Saint Michel.
Everyone needs to
Mont
go.
Saint Michel?
Stop what you're doing right now. Pause this podcast. Type in this place, Mont Saint Michel, and look at how beautiful this is.
They've already
It is
stopped
gorgeous.
listening. This is embarrassing.
This is embarrassing. You lost them at the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
All right. And then she also says Avenue of the Giants Marathon in California. I don't know either of those.
I don't know
I don't know
that
one
one.
either. As we're all sitting here
It-
Googling.
It sounds terrifying if there was an actual Avenue of Giants. No?
Is it in the Redwoods? It's. I think it might be like the
That
Redwoods.
sounds
Have
right.
you been there?
That would make sense.
Oh, it's in Humboldt County, also known as like the murder capital of the world. I think
Oh.
all those documentaries about the pot farms in the woods and stuff is in Humboldt.
Wow.
It's
You-
in the Redwood State Park.
You paint a great picture of it.
Also, if anyone wants to talk to me about the disappearances in the national parks across America, I am very interested in that conspiracy theory right now. So come at me.
Oh man!
Yes, I guess it's called Avenue of the Giants because it's in the redwoods and the
It's right
on
through
both
there. Yeah.
sides of you are like the giant like trees.
I believe I was there in Cruisin' USA, the video game.
I love it. Love it. Good
Wow.
reference. Good old man
Uh,
reference.
Like that.
Wow. Mad Girl 2, Anna says, I think it would be really cool to do London one day. So we got another Londoner.
Yes.
Also Disneyland Paris, which is definitely on my list.
It's on my list to do again. It is when we were coming up with a list of like our favorite destination races that we've done. That was definitely on the top of my list. We were actually just talking about this over the weekend. We were reminiscing and saying that just the course is beautiful. You get a lot of park time, great characters. Yeah, I would do it again in a heartbeat. And we got engaged.
We did.
Aw.
It was actually my first. It was my first 5K, my first
Oh.
Disney, my first Disney race, and my first. No, it was my first.
It was
Disney
not
race.
your first 5K.
No, it wasn't. Okay.
I was going to say, I remember your first 5K because it was when you ran really, really fast and thought that you did a sub
Oh, that's
30,
right. Yeah, you're gonna do a 30
And
minute
his first
5K.
like official
That was
5K
a training
was
run.
running around
Oh, that's training
Lake
run.
Dave Thompson, Montebello, 3 times.
Thomas of Wendy's. Yeah.
Jack Witzig, he wants to do Big Sur. If you'd like to do it next year, maybe we can do a group.
Yes, for sure, because I am going to be at Big Sur next year. Somehow. I'm making it happen, guys.
It's weird you haven't mentioned it. Okay, so this is Andrea runs all the races. Seawee's half marathon in Vancouver is my favorite.
Oh, Vancouver is so
cool.
beautiful. Yeah.
I have never heard of it.
And
I've not
Seawee's
either.
is SEAWHEEZE.
Hmm.
Ooh, looks
Our-
pretty.
Our friend Kimbry
Yeah.
is out that direction.
Oh yeah, you run like right against the
Oh, wow.
water.
That's gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
look at that.
That's a bucket list one.
Oh, look at that. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at that road along.
Wow. Yeah. Definitely
All right.
putting that on the bucket list.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Oh, our friend Wendy, the Disney hand cyclist. Favorite I've done are Boston and New York City. Is it because she won them?
Well, she won Boston twice. Plans to win New York this year, so
She's got it.
She's got it.
I love it. And then on her bucket list is Berlin.
Ooh,
nice.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure by the time this episode has come out, you will have heard her episode. And if you haven't heard her episode,
back
she
and
was
listen.
on Inside the Runner Studio,
Yeah.
and she was amazing.
She
and
was.
we loved her, and I fangirled the heck out of her.
Oh, yeah. She's so great.
Kate Runs says New Orleans Rock and Roll Half Marathon, which I feel like NOLA is a lot of people's bucket list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like that
Absolutely.
specific race. Is,
Yeah, the rocket.
is
Yeah,
very,
the half there. Yeah,
very
it
on
feels like
everyone's
it.
bucket
I
list.
agree.
Yeah. I've never done New Orleans. Tom loves New Orleans.
I do.
He
Like you've
loves
never
it.
been there ever?
I've never been there ever.
I flew
So-
in once and left immediately.
Yeah, Michael did not enjoy the vibe.
That's weird. You don't like lots of crowds?
I'm big on crowds usually.
So
God.
yeah, that's where isn't that where Bill Taylor like broke his
He
hand
broke
on a
his
curb?
finger.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yep, that was when he
That's right.
accidentally was walking and fell and hit his hand and had to get pins in his
It's
hand.
awful. Isn't that where Lestat lived?
Who?
From
From
Vampire.
Interview with
Interview
a
with a
Vampire.
Oh.
100%. That's where he lived.
Oh my gosh.
So Run Disnerd, he wants to run the Athens Marathon as well.
Oh,
There it
that's
is.
what we were just talking about.
That is I can see why that would be a super popular one. That seems pretty awesome.
And last but certainly not least, Ryan Runs Disney, who had the best costume of the fake cheese.
Yes.
This past springtime surprise.
Yep.
I've done NOLA and have quite a big list of races to do that includes Big Sur and Marine Corps Marathon.
Hmm.
And I'm sure he'll get to all of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
and come do Marine Corps. I know one year if like you guys are doing Marine Corps, any DC races or anything local, like always let us know when you guys are going to do that because we can always come cheer even if we're not running. One of the years we really want to set up a table and do it right for like Marine Corps and do like beer and
The whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
thing and like
Yeah.
get speakers and do something cool for Marine Corps. So
Yeah.
if there's
There's
a big
the
enough
guy-
group doing it one year, let us know.
Yeah, there's the guy Scott from Team Shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Fireball guy.
Yeah.
And he's just like literally known on course as the Fireball guy, not just from Team Shenanigans, just across the board because he
Love
buys
it.
like gallons and gallons and gallons of Fireball to hand out. Like
Wow.
he has a whole Facebook page and everything now because people like donate money so that to help him like do this now because
That's amazing.
It's become like this thing. So one year we'll have to do something like maybe set up a table near him or next to him and like do a whole big thing.
Yeah, I love that idea. So yeah,
It'd
we
be
really
so
want
fun.
to cheer you on.
And I am in Runners Club for Marine Corps. So if you guys do Marine Corps one year, let me know and I'll sign up.
Yeah, love it. Cool. Do we want to talk about like any of our favorites that weren't mentioned? Our bucket list. Let's do favorites and then maybe bucket list.
Sure.
Yeah, anything that's not on the list?
You know, it's funny. Today is my half anniversary.
Oh,
And I was just looking through my list today about all the races I've done because I, like a type A personality does, have a spreadsheet of all of my races. So I was just kind of going through some races today. Flying Pig was up there on one of my favorites.
I was just going to say Flying Pig is one of my favorite destination races.
And I know that there's some controversy surrounding that race right now, but
It's fine.
that aside, it was an excellent race. The course is great. You go across the bridge to Kentucky. You come back over to the other side again. There's hills. That are terrible, but then you go up to the top and you have like a great view of the water. Yeah, it's a beautiful course, well supported by like the people of the city.
Mhm.
They had a literal pig on the course that we all, as Tom loves to describe, when we saw it, like a packer.
Cut everyone off. That was so dangerous.
A huge crowd of us just like herded over to the pig. So that was amongst my favorites when I was looking at my list.
Yeah, that one's great. And Cincinnati was like such a cool little unexpected city for us. We were like, what is there in Cincinnati? Like, you don't think about it all. Like, I don't know. I had never even thought about it. And it was just such a cute city with like a small town vibe. There's lots of breweries. The locals are all really excited to have us there. So I said like that would be a race I wouldn't do like every single year, but I would go back and consistently do it like every, 3 or 4 years and just go back and do it again.
I would say one of my favorites, and I was thinking about, because we talked a lot about Shamrock. I love the vibe of that race, but, I mean, the course is, it's a loop, right? It's, there's not a lot to necessarily see on that course. So, while I love the vibe, and I think the party's great, and it's well supported, and it's one of my favorite races, it's not necessarily one of my favorite destination races. I would definitely say, though, that Space Coast was awesome. It's beautiful. It's right there on the water. There's these massive houses. It's a party vibe. You see the sunrise come up, so I would definitely throw Space Coast on there. That's definitely one that I want to do again.
Yeah, Matt said that's on his list. That was great. I would do that race again.
Yeah.
I feel like generally any beach races are always at the top of my list. Like that race, and even though Rehoboth and like Coastal Delaware marathon / half marathon are like, they're just beach towns. I don't know. There's something about getting to run on the water or getting to run in the state park that's like right like on the beach, and you can smell the like beach air, and like afterwards you just like are in and around the beach. So I would recommend any of the beach ones I did, which was, Rehoboth, the Coastal Delaware, anything in New Jersey, the Ocean City Half, anything at Cape May. I love the beach. Space Coast.
Yeah, Cape May's
anything
good.
that has that view.
Don't do Ocean City, Maryland. It's awful. It's awful. You're like not on the beach at all. I vomited. Like they drop you off in like Assateague with all the flies and horses, and then you have to run to Ocean City, Maryland, and then you're on the boardwalk for like 2 blocks.
Oh God!
So don't do that one. And it was
we know
humid.
it's Tom's favorite, and obviously we did an entire episode about how we all ran it and then drank our faces off. Shamrock. You can't have a destination race conversation without talking about Shamrock at least a little bit. All right? Like, that's one of the best party atmospheres you can get from a race.
But I'll say that for Shamrock, what makes it worth it is driving there and seeing your friends.
That's true.
I thought you were just going to say driving there.
Not driving there, because that ride is terrible no matter when you do it. We haven't figured it out yet. But no, I would do that every year if people would keep coming back and we'd have the same experience. But there's so many other races that you can't.
I'm
just
not doing it. You're going by yourself.
No, we've unofficially retired from it this year, but like. Again, it's all about the people.
Yeah, agreed.
What about you?
I
haven't really given any.
I know. You guys always just shut me out. I get it.
Blocked out.
No, I would say for me, a little one that a lot of people don't know about is the Daufuskie Island races. It's you actually have to take a boat to the races in the morning. It's on a small island off Hilton Head.
Does it only have a marathon?
Has a half, a full, and a 40-miler.
Oh, wow.
It's a very small rural island.
Is it on the sand?
No, it's on, there's roads. There is, actually, you do run on some dirt roads, but it's a mix of regular paved roads and dirt roads. So it's a mix. A little bit of sandy dirt roads, but, dirt roads
But
nonetheless.
it's considered like would be considered more of a road race than a trail race.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
it's a road race.
100%
Yeah.
more road race. Yeah.
What was the one that you did? That was the weekend you did your double marathon.
Oh,
What was the one
Jekyll
you did?
Island was the other one I did. I thought Jekyll Island was nice too. Like if you're running it for a nice wintertime race,
Okay.
it's all the way down in that one's in Georgia technically, just north of Florida. So that was a nice one too. That was all like road and paved path, but you're all along the water the whole time, or near the water the whole time. I would say different sites and stuff. So yeah, those were two good smaller like races.
I also kind of bucket listy. I want to do a New York race. We talked about Brooklyn. I don't know. I want to do a New York race.
Yeah.
We're going to do a Philly one this year, which I'm excited about. I just love being on foot in the middle of a busy city when, you usually don't get that kind of access, or you can't really see the city like that all the time. I really appreciate those kind of experiences.
I'm glad you're going to do Philadelphia half marathon or marathon. I'm not sure. I know Diana's doing the marathon. Are you just doing the half, Tom?
As of right now, yes.
Okay. I think that of all of the half marathons, you see the most city during the Philadelphia half marathon versus like the Rocky Run or the even really Broad Street, because you only go down the one road, and while you go through different neighborhoods, it's kind of not kind of the same. In my opinion, I think that of all of the races, Philadelphia half marathon gives you the best view of all of Philadelphia, because you go through University City and you go through South Street and you go through like the Independence Hall area, and so you get a little bit more of the city for that one. So that'll be a good one for you.
Yeah.
Speaking of New York City Marathon, still, I know that like some people just don't love big city races, but that is still probably in the top 3 of my favorite races I've ever done because of the atmosphere and the people and the crowds. And I could talk about that race all day and all night and how much I love that race.
Yeah. We have to get to New York. We just timing wise, it just hasn't worked out. So
yeah. Well, you should be glad, Tom, you're not doing the Brooklyn Half Marathon this weekend, because it is going to be like 93 degrees on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good point.
and we will be drinking wine in the woods after we do our virtually live challenge.
Yeah,
which will tell you that we're recording this for a future episode.
Yes, we're dating ourselves right now.
We're dating ourselves.
But I'm just saying that yes, it is going to be unseasonably warm for that one.
That
this year.
it is. I have 2 that I haven't done that I would love to do, and that's the Lake Tahoe marathons, or they have 3 marathons over 3 days, or you can do all 72 miles in one day.
Oh wow!
Around the lake on the it's a road marathon. So there's I think the lake is like 72 miles around approximately. So that would be one I would love to do, and the Keys 100. Oddly, I would like to do.
Oh, I don't think that I realized that was on your. I mean, we've looked at that
Yeah.
race, but I didn't think that was like that high up on your list of like.
I mean, there's other ones that are on the list, but that's like I feel like a super scenic one that's kind of on the list. But
Yeah, I mean that's on my list.
Yeah.
I would like to do that one.
If I think about one that I physically don't think I could do, and it would be a nightmare for my anxiety, it would be the Great Wall of China.
Oh, yeah.
That marathon. And I know I think Heather Padrami did
Yes.
that one.
Chen now.
It just seems like an awesome experience, but I would be really scared about my ankles.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
It got a tough
go ahead.
time limit too, doesn't it? I think it has a tough cutoff.
I
'Cause I think
remember
that
when
was-
she was training for it, it was like super intense.
Yeah, it was super intense because she was finding stairs like
stairs.
everywhere. But I thought that it had some really strict cutoffs.
I really want to do a Hawaii race. I either want to do a half or a marathon. I'd
Yeah.
be cool doing like a marathon there. And I know I said that I don't want to do a ton of marathons, but there I think it would be worth it. I don't know. I'm in love with Hawaii. I would go there annually if I could afford it. It's just gorgeous, just tropical islands in the Pacific. Take me there. Yeah, that's one of my big ones. And then one of the other ones that's just kind of like a fun. It's a marathon, but Tom and I've been throwing this idea around for a while, and we just haven't done it. It's in Arkansas. I don't know if it's like the Arkansas Marathon, where they have that big metal
Little
Rock.
Little Rock. Yeah, that's got like that huge
The dinner
metal
plate.
the dinner plate that has like an insane time limit for the marathon.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of on our list of like, oh, it'd be really fun to do that. And it's got like an insanely good time limit where it's, like a 17 or 18-minute mile or something like that. So we
I think
keep
it's
saying,
more than that.
Yeah, that it'd be good to get like a huge group of people to go and do that one year and just kind of fun run it.
That's on my Arkansas list for like when I was doing the Run the States list. That was on there. I have a lot of races that are on my list because I was collecting races.
Yeah.
During that time. I'm not sure if they're all still on my list. Like Rock and Roll Nashville was always on my list. But now I don't know if I'd want to go do something traily in Nashville or not in Tennessee instead.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My desires and lists have sort of changed along the way because I think that doing things in the mountains is kind of cool.
Is there some type of Elvis run in Memphis? Because I would be interested in that, right? There's got to be, right?
Oh, there's got to be.
I'm not really good at this part. I want to go everywhere though, so like it's really hard because I also want to go out of the country a bunch, right?
Yeah.
So I'd also really like to do something in like Ireland or Scotland.
Yeah, that would be
I've
awesome.
always wanted to do something in Holland or the Netherlands because that's where my family came from. Laura, tell me what race I should do there. So I don't know.
Norway would be a great place. Yeah.
Like
Iceland.
I kind of want to go everywhere. Where don't I want to go is more like the question. Because like you say, Hawaii, I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. And then there's like one in like on the islands, like Bermuda or the Bahamas marathon, like stuff like that.
Pretty mama.
Oh, New Zealand.
Ooh, New Zealand.
Although if I go to New Zealand, I'm not coming back. I'm just letting everybody know right now.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna go live in the Shire.
Yeah. Just I'm not making it back.
Yeah. No, this is good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thank you guys for submitting all of your feedback because it gave us some like really good ideas as well for what we want to do. And I don't know. I'm seeing some like future meetups and things like that.
Yeah, because Seawee's half marathon in Vancouver has now been added to my bucket list of places after Googling the race course.
Yeah,
for
that looks
one.
absolutely stunning.
That looked really pretty.
I just now we need to make the money that it's going to cost to
Oh.
Fair point.
do all of these things.
Maybe I'll grow a money tree, guys. How do you
Oh.
think that'll work out for me?
I'm going to start an OnlyFans for my feet.
Onlyyams.com.
Tom, whatever happened to the Only Yams?
Yeah.
We created a commercial, and then what happened?
It's in its beta stage.
Beta.
Click the link below to join our Kickstarter campaign. If we get to $100,000, I'll sign up for an ultra marathon.
And Diana will be very supportive of it.
Yes.
For 100 grand, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, she's supplying the yams,
I'm supplying the yams.
so we'll be fine.
Oh, God.
This was a lot of fun. So seriously, when this episode drops, if you didn't share your bucket list or favorite destination races, do so in the comments because we'd love to read along with you and maybe a future meetup will be born from it. So I mean, I guess that wraps us up. And I will end this episode with a quote from the incomparable poet laureate and timeless Canadian actor rapper Drake. who reminds us sometimes it's the journey that teaches you a lot about your destination.
That's actually pretty deep for where I was expecting that to go.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you mentioned Drake. You never know what you're going to get from Tom, guys.
No.
I thought it was going to be something about YOLO. That's the model.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.